Hi, my name's Hunter. Today I'm going to talk to you about what is a JavaScript framework. So I'm going to use this blog article by Scott Morris on skillcrush.com just to kind of take us in a organized direction on this. So what is the definition of a JavaScript framework? So a JavaScript framework is, let's say it's called a framework because it's the building blocks to creating a JavaScript web application. So if you were going, the analogy he uses here is if you're going to build a house, you could do it absolutely from scratch, or you could start building with a blueprint and a way of doing things that make it easier for you to build that house. Um, Especially if you're building a house like many others, then you can start from common ground. Uh, Whereas if you were building a house that's very different from other houses, you wouldn't need that framework and you can just go off in your own direction. But because inherently most web applications and websites are made to function relatively the same, we can build a framework that allows us to more quickly and efficiently start to actually work on what makes our site or our web application different instead of all the things that make it the same. So jQuery and JavaScript libraries are different. jQuery is a JavaScript library that's been around for a long time, and many would say it's largely outdated, um, but it's considered a library, and there are JavaScript libraries, but frameworks are different. And he talks about why frameworks are different from libraries because a, a library that you import into your project helps you, aids you in doing something, but a framework affects everything you're doing within that project. So it's got a set way of doing things, most of which that are optional, but some that are not. But it's got a set way of organizing the code, importing parts of the code base or parts of the framework, calling those things. It's way more integrated than just a library. A library can be something that's very small that you use to do one thing, one small thing, like click a button and make it do something. That's a library. Which JavaScript framework are you supposed to use? So these are the three primary JavaScript frameworks today. Vue, which is what I use. It's a framework that was released in 2014. It's become very popular. React is another one that's the most popular and has the most developers working today, but I see Vue catching up to that in the near future. And then Angular was at one time the most popular JavaScript framework, and now it has fallen behind Vue and React in popularity. Okay, thank you.